Hello, so there's this video on YouTube called How to Know If You're Trans, which pretty much every single transgender YouTuber has made. Within these videos, people tell the story of how they figured out or realised they were trans. And the object of these videos is to give that information, and then hopefully that information will help somebody else with their realisation about their own gender. The problem with these videos is they only give one story, which means a viewer who is questioning their gender might watch this video and then nothing that the YouTuber is going on about will match with what they're going through, meaning they'll rule out the fact that they could be trans and then will continue to be miserable because they haven't found a label or a place where they fit in. Now, if you watch enough of these videos, then I'm sure you'll be able to pick one or two things from each of them, and collectively they'll be a big help. But I want to talk about that compulsion to compare. Because when I realised that I was trans, I felt like I wasn't doing it right. At the time, I was dating this guy who was also trans, and when somebody misgendered him, that would be him out of action for the rest of the day. Whereas when somebody misgendered me, it would sting, but I would be able to get over it very quickly, and if it continued to happen, the person continued to misgender me, then I would eventually politely correct them. But other than that, I would just be able to get over it. Also, he had immense body dysphoria, so he hated aspects of his physical appearance. Sometimes it would drive him to panic attacks, it was so bad. Whereas me, I have pet hates like my shoulders, my brow, genitals, you name it. But I'm able to compensate for them or just sort of ignore them most of the time. In other words, I quickly started to question if I was actually trans because every other trans person I knew had immense mental health problems. And because I didn't, I felt like I wasn't as trans as them, or that I wasn't actually trans and was just sort of posing. Which is obviously ridiculous, a lesson I thankfully learned quite quickly. Being trans isn't a mental illness, and you can still be trans and be mentally healthy. A realisation that has made my transition a lot smoother. So, if you're currently questioning your gender, then watch as many of those videos as you can, but don't take anything they say as gospel. They are just other people's experiences, yours won't 100% match up with theirs. And if you are identifying as trans, but feel that you aren't as trans as everyone else, because everyone else has horrific mental illnesses, remember, being trans isn't a mental issue. You can still be healthy and be trans. And you most likely are trans if you identify as trans already. So good luck, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. It's a short one, wasn't it?